Hello, everyone. It's Lydia with the Avanti Wellness Podcast and YouTube channel. And today, I know I always say I'm thrilled to introduce you to my guest, but today I am uber thrilled to tell y'all who I have with me today. And if you're on video, you can see I'm sitting here with Duty from Georgia. Hi, Duty. You can say hi. Let's make sure your audio works.
Hi.
So, for those of you who are just listening by audio on a podcast, you don't probably know who Duty is because on our YouTube channel, she is a very avid participant in our rebounding adventures. And I want y'all to get to know Duty the way that I've been able to get to know Duty over the last 2 months. And so I want to give Duty a chance to introduce herself. But first, I want us to learn a little bit about the rebounding aspects of Duty. So, Duty, will you tell our audience, first of all, how old you are?
I'm 90 years old.
You are
I'll be
90 years.
91 in June.
She'll be 91 in June. Did you say June or July?
June.
Okay, June. I got to make sure I have that right on my calendar. All right,
You
so
do.
we're gonna celebrate Duty in June. Okay, so 91. That's so exciting. I'm so happy for her. And it's not just that she's made it to 91. What's so amazing about Duty that we love so much is how much life and vitality and energy and ability that Duty has at 90 years old. And like I always say on my channel, it's not about living a long time. It's how much life do you have in the years that you do live, right? So
That's right.
yes. And so that's the goal for the Avanti Wellness YouTube channel and podcast. We're focusing on how to have the best years of the years that you do have in the life that you get to live. So we're going to talk to Duty today and find out some of her secrets. So let's see. All right. First, I want everyone to know, will you tell the story about how you found us? Like, how did you come across the meeting us?
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you for having me on. And if I could just help somebody else to start rebounding at a late age, that would be great for me. Uh, but how I got on your YouTube is that I had an accident and I couldn't do the exercise I was doing. So I was listening, going through the YouTubes and all these girls jumping up and down and kicking. Well, I knew I couldn't do that. And then I saw you say something about Barbara O'Neill. Oh, yeah, I know Barbara O'Neill. I listen to her programs. And then I started listening to you. I thought, well, she did say rebounding was one of the best things to do. So I got my rebounder out and I started rebounding, and I've been with you every day since.
Oh, I
It's been
love that,
69
Duty.
days.
Yes, you're
69 days.
69 days. I don't know if y'all heard her say that, but she is celebrating tomorrow, day 70 of consistent rebounding every single day. So, you were talking about that you would see these other people that were, really fit and energetic and young and youthful. And so they're kicking their legs up and spinning around and stuff. And, when I'm jumping, I'm just doing primarily a health bounce and a light march, holding on to something for stability. And I think that's what most people who are drawn to the channel saw their ability inside of the videos that I'm creating. And why am I creating that? Because I want people who feel like helpless, that there's no mobility exercises that they could do. I want to show that still with the smallest little effort, there is a maximum return on your exercise investment. So tell us a little bit about what you've experienced with these 70 days.
Well, when I first started out, I could only do maybe a minute or 2 minutes, but now I'm up to 10 minutes once a day at least, and then 5 minutes 3 or 4 times a day. But you make it with your rebounding within reason, anybody can do it. You could be in a wheelchair, so you can sit down and do your feet. So you can make it very available to everybody. And this
Yes.
is one thing I like about your channel. It is possible.
And you've inspired me as well because one of the things that came to mind as I'm doing what I'm doing with my channel is that I just turned 55 this year. So I'm trying to create a pattern of routine and habit that I can go move and grow through my senior years and continue to do. And not everybody who goes to the gym can like drive themselves to the gym forever. Sometimes when you're 80 or 85 or whatever, you start to, have less independence or whatever. It's not always the case, but I'm just saying if you're someone who can't get yourself to a gym, or maybe you can't afford a gym membership on a limited income, I'm trying to create a way that people can create habits and behaviors that are just really minimum effort, like 10 minutes a day. Like really, we have 10 minutes a day when we take a shower, right? So if you could find 10 minutes out of your day and just get your lymphatic system activated and flowing like Barbara has taught us, even with 1 minute a day, it just turns on your lymphatic system. That's kind of what I want to showcase, and something I can do when I turn 60 and 70 and 80. I want to be able to still be able to maintain my routines. And you know who's an inspiration is David Hall. He says that he's really fit and muscular, and he says he only does, from what I understand, 10 minutes a day of rebounding. Did you hear him say that too, Duty?
Right. This is where he promotes 10 minutes a day, but he does have some YouTubes which he does 15, 20 minutes, but he says go at your own speed. And this is
Yeah.
what you do. You make it likable for everybody to do. I mean, even if you did 1 minute every hour, I keep up my rebounder in my bedroom, and when I go by it, I just get on it. And I think to go to a gym
You are
is to me
so,
is a waste of time. Is
yes.
I could think I could do other things while I'm at the gym for an hour, and a half hour driving, and a half hour home. So I just love the way you do it. It just great.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thanks for buttering me up. I love that I found something that my, personality and my desire, I want to help myself, but I also love bringing people up with me. Like if I'm having success, I want everybody to have success together. So it's about creating this community that we have, and everybody loves Duty, and Duty loves everybody. And there's just such a neat connection that even though we've never really met, all of us, we have a appreciation and support and camaraderie around this community effort, because we're all doing what we want to do in our lives. And sometimes you can't find your local friendships who are doing the same thing that you're doing, and so it's nice to find it, globally on YouTube, right?
Right. And I think another thing with you reading a book explaining why we should do the rebounding on the cells and the lymphatic glands, it really helps you make you think, yes, this is what I should be doing. But
Yeah.
both
Thank
combination together is great.
Thank you for saying that. I'm kind of just doing what my personality kind of needs. Like if I'm going to be motivated to I'm on day 103 today, and if I'm going to be motivated to get up every morning and commit to my 10-minute routine in the morning to get my body and my lymphatic system pumping, I need to know why. Why am I doing this? Why do I need to do it? Why is it not really a negotiable anymore? Why am I making it part of my everyday lifestyle? And let me just mention this. We have heard, and I've said it a million times on the channel, that they say that 10 minutes of rebounding is like, in value, a 40-minute walk. So can you imagine? I am not going to go walking for 40 minutes every single day. And I know that about myself. But can I commit to 10 minutes a day? Yes, I can. And that's what we've been doing together as a team and a group. So let's get back to Duty. Okay. You are so vital, healthy, alive, energetic, exciting. Let's talk about what are some of your lifestyle choices that have led you to be who you are today?
Well, I just started using supplements, and I go from one supplement to something else because I think if you use the same supplement all the time, your body becomes immune to it. So we got to keep progressing into different phases. Right now, I'm just really using bee pollen. That seems to be working the best for me right now. But maybe 6 months from now, who knows what I'll be doing? Maybe a green drink. So I think you just got to keep moving and going with the flow.
Yes. And one thing I know about you that I want others to learn about you is that you have a great positive mental attitude about life, right? Do you want to talk a little bit about that and why you think like that?
Why do I just the way I am, I guess. I
Have you
think,
always have you
I
always been
think
like
one of the
that?
things when I was, my family, I always say I had a functional family and I got dysfunctional when I got married. But, that's just the way I think sometimes. But I just started doing different things like using the tuning forks. To me, a tuning fork is very important to do in your life,
Can
and
you
it helps
explain why
me.
though? Will you explain why is a tuning fork? Help us understand what the tuning does.
Tuning forks works on frequency to keep your body moving the way it should be moving. Uh, I have a couple of different kinds. I have a weighted one, which is like this. You could just hit it and put it on your body where you're hurting or on your face. I
And it
got
creates the
90-year-old skin and I
vibration.
look like 90-year-old sometimes, but other people look at me and they don't see the old look that I feel like I am. So I just do this on my skin, and then if you want to just tune up the house, can you hear it?
Yeah.
You just use tune. And there's a lot of YouTubes out there like yours that teaches you how to use the tuning fork and what it's for. But it's very relaxing. So
Yeah.
along with the rebounding and using the tuning forks, it just makes you feel better.
A
And
lot of
then,
people. Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
I'm a believer you should have your chakras tuned every day. And that's, keep you in tune with God or whatever you want to call the higher source. I say the higher source, or supreme being. And this is what I'm aiming for. I don't want to come back and do this again. I want to go on up.
You're ready for a fourth dimension, right? Is that what you're
I'm
saying?
right.
That's so funny. I get it. I understand. I'm gonna clarify a few things that you said to help the listeners understand what you're talking about, because I know what you're talking about, but not everybody who finds this video or this audio is going to understand. So she's referencing to the chakra centers in the body and what they are. They're considered energy centers that not only are we physical beings, but we also have energy running through us, and that can affect our emotions, it can affect our decisions, it can affect our cells, and it can affect our health. And so she's paying a close attention to her energy centers to make sure that they're balanced so that she has a balanced life. And so the vibration from the tuning forks can help align the energies. If one area of your energy center is out of balance, maybe your security or your home situation is not safe, that's a lower chakra energy, and you can put a tension, and there's colors that match with every energy center, so you can even wear certain colors and it can help to bring the energy to you as well. So I totally know what I believe and understand what you're talking about. I think it's important too. I think that we don't pay enough attention to our energy of our bodies and like respect that part of us. Some of the Eastern medicine and Eastern cultures are a little bit more in tune to our energy centers, and yoga and things like that address it a little bit more than some of our Western ways. But I respect that you put that attention to that part of your life and helps keep you in balance. So I think all these things you're doing, even the bee pollen, I'm going to validate the bee pollen conversation you just had. You said right now you're doing bee pollen. How long have you been doing bee pollen?
Probably close to a year.
Okay, yeah. So my sister in Colorado does bee pollen. I haven't ever incorporated bee pollen, but I want to. And here's the reason why. When I was reading that book, chapter 11 of The New Miracles of Rebounding by Albert E. Carter, he references that a piece of your cellular health is concentrated nutrition and whole foods, and making sure you give your cells the raw materials to be healthy cells. And so one of the things he mentioned was bees have it's like a whole food all in one little bee pollen granule. And so he referenced to eat bee pollen as a part of your diet. And that's when it kind of clicked for me. And then I learned after I read it, I met Duty and found out that she eats bee pollen and she's 90 and healthy. And I'm like, okay, I want to do that too. So I want to mention to people, when you're looking for like dietary choices, I recommend that you look at older, healthier people who are balanced and demonstrating how life can be good in your older years, because that's when you're really combating the degradation of the body. But how do you give your body health and vitality and nutrition on top of the normal cycle of life? And that's what Duty is demonstrating. She's demonstrating health and vitality even in her 90s. So that's not, I mean, you're not doing any crazy, exercising or anything. You're just active, right? You have community, which is important. You are independent. You have family around you that loves you. You have spirituality. You have, respect for your energy centers. You eat whole foods. And now you're giving your body oxygen every single day to help that cleansing process. So what gets refreshed at night while you're sleeping is now getting cleansed out in the day when you're doing your lymphatic opening, right?
That's right. And I found out if you just do the health balance for 2 or 3 minutes before you go to bed, you sleep very good. Sleep throughout the night.
Yes, that happened to me last night. I don't think you saw me because you're on East Coast. I mean, East Coast time. But last night, after I came home from dinner, I felt the need to like move some blood glucose, out of my body. And so I just got on the chair like I do, and I just pounded lightly while I read the book to everybody. And I did it for like 45 minutes. I just used my legs really lightly to burn a little glucose. And I slept so good last night. And I was like, oh my gosh, I think that actually helped me sleep better last night.
It does. It does.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
if you don't do too much, like I wasn't jumping, because sometimes jumping too much can activate you, but just something really light, like the health bounce that you were talking about. So let's see, what else do we want the audience to know? Oh, tell them what you did for your 90th birthday last year.
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna
went a place called Go Fly. You go into this great big room which has air on it, and of course you're with a trainer, and he holds you, but you can fly up in the air, turn around, and go down, and go all the way up. And that's just what one of the girls gave me for my birthday. It was more fun, and it was just fun. And on my 91st birthday, maybe I'd go bungee jumping.
Why don't you just go ahead and jump out of a plane on your 91st birthday? So she's talking about the iFly. We have one in Houston, and it's called iFly here. And it's where that you put on an air suit, and it's almost like the experience of jumping out of an airplane. And they hold your arms and you get to spin around, but the air basically keeps you in like a zero gravity environment where you get to just float in space. And I mean, just the fact that your abs and your legs and your arms were strong enough to fly against that air was just amazing. Duty, you are amazing. And just, I love you so much. I don't even know you, and I love you so much because you're such an inspiration for us, you know?
Right. I just tell everybody rebounding has become like an addiction. People say, "Well, I can't do it." Oh yeah, you could do it if you just try. And I think if you had the right rebounder, it would help too.
Yeah,
So
and yes, and let's tell everyone you can get a rebounder that actually can have, if you're really challenged with mobility, you can put two rails on either side of the rebounder so that you can hold on both sides like this with your arms, just like you're like a walker, like a walker situation with both hands on both sides. Some people like, I'm going to get a bar just so I can have it on one side, because I know you can do different activities and exercises when you have more stability with the stability bar. So, Duty, you just jump up there and down off of your rebounder. I mean, you just amaze me. You just bought a new rebounder. Let's talk about that. It's coming in the mail.
It is. I hope to get it today. It is a spring. The one I have right now is a bungee. And to me, it has a little bit too much bounce to it. I kind of slide down to the middle. And I don't know if it has too much of a bounce to it. When I first got it, my grandson jumped up and down for a week on it and stretched out the bungees, or what happened. But I decided to get a spring one, which is a cellulizer. And the main reason I got that one, it folds in half and I can carry it with me if I decide to go visit somebody. I have a friend in mind that has MS, and I want to take it over there and see if I can get her to do a little bit of every day for maybe a week and see how it does, because she's having a hard time walking. And she's worried about that she's going to be wheelchair bound. So I haven't talked to her about it yet, but it's a project I would like to do just to see for my own benefit how much it would help her. So
That
we'll
that's
see.
that's awesome. And also, the hopefully she can do it with the chair, if she can't stand up on it. And I'm sure you bought the bar, right? You got the bar
I
with
know,
it?
yeah, I bought the bar. So what
Oh,
I would do, just have her stand and I do the bouncing behind her.
oh,
And
okay. Yeah.
she
And
can
by the
see
way,
this would help.
I already know this, but I'm sharing it with the audience that there's a way that people can actually sit, like in nursing homes. They have people sit on their butt on the mat of the rebounder, the mesh part, and then someone else who is stable can hold on to the bar or their body, and then the legs of the person standing bounces the person who can only sit, and that still shakes up their cells and gets oxygen through their body, because this is a cellular workout, isn't it?
That's right. So this is a project I would like to do. So
I
we'll
love that
see.
you want to help your friends. That reminds me, I don't know if you heard my story yesterday on my video, but I talked about running into at my networking event, the elderly mother was at the place of the owner who the store was hosting the networking, and she kind of needed an arm to step down off of she was standing on a step up, and I gave her my arm for stability because there was no bar. And then she wanted to hold on to my arm while we walked through the store, and I wanted to show her, like, wow, you can strengthen your knees and you can strengthen your calves and your ankles, even if you just sit in this chair and then bounce your little legs on this rebounder. And I showed her my video, and her son got real excited, and they were like, wow, that does look like something she could do. And I just want, like, people who feel like there's no hope because they can't go walking. I mean, that's not, and they're not going to a gym where they can go push a big weight. That's not reasonable either. But these little resistant rebounders that can be in your home, and you can buy them on the internet, have your children buy it for you online, get one of those and just use them even for your legs and your knees, just to start. And then as you build the strength in your body, you might try standing up, holding the bar. I mean, look at Duty.
Well, I agree. And I think using the spring would be the best way to go. I think the bungee is for the people who really wants to do a lot of bouncing and jumping, but that's just my idea. So I
Yeah,
do
and
have a spring one, but the spring is so stiff and it's 35 years old, and it just wasn't doing it. So I thought, what the heck? Go ahead and spend my money. I can't take it with me.
that's right. I know. I'm glad you did get you something that's really gonna be important for your daily. Let's talk about that. Do you feel like I do that? Do you feel happier from rebounding? Do you feel like it's lifted your spirits at all?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I live in a house that I have two disabled children. One's 62 and one's 60. And, sometimes I think they could be doing more than they're doing, but, I don't let it upset me. What the heck? I'll just go ahead and do it myself. And
Yeah.
they do try. I know they do, but, I'm not in pain. And it's hard for me to understand somebody in pain all the time. So,
And
you
by
just
the way,
can't let it get to you.
I
You
think
just can't
just
let it get to you.
that's right. But I also think that pain is a signal that the body's not getting something that it needs. And so I really feel like people who are in pain need to try to get oxygen to their cells to, I mean, it could be pain because there's not enough blood flow to an area. I mean, how many people do you know who have, sore legs or, what are some other pain, tingling in the feet or in the hands and the extremities, because it's not, the blood flow is not getting to the area. When we were younger, we didn't have these issues. It's just because as the body ages, it's just not getting what it needs. And I just really feel like rebounding is a way, whether you're 13 or 93, that you could try to find a way to make a rebounder work for you and help you
Right.
with your health.
Well, this is one of the reasons I bought the cellar sizer. It's low to the floor. So I think my daughter will be able to get on it. My acorn, it is about 4 or 5 inches off the floor. There's no way she can get up and down on it. So,
I agree. And that's what I was so impressed with you, is how you were able to step up so high. That's not a normal behavior for someone who's older, because you lose those muscles in your knee. But you've been very active in gardening and being
oh yeah.
outside and stuff. So you didn't stop that. You didn't let that stop you.
No,
Let's talk about, so do you make a conscious effort to drink water throughout your day?
I do.
So that's important too, right? That's a part of your health regime. And just that positive mental attitude, the good nutrition, and now the oxygen. And those are the four components of a healthy cell. And it's so important. And I just want everybody to meet and get to know Duty and see what she's, capable of doing and representing. I feel like she's a beacon for hope, not only for her own age group, but also for people like us who are going to get there one day. And we need to remember how Duty demonstrated life can be good. Life can be good,
It
even
is.
well
If I
into.
could just help one person at a time, I would be very happy. So, go to a nursing home with my little fold up rebounder. Maybe somebody will let me do it.
I
So,
know. I would love that. Yeah, let's try to get your video out to them and see if they'll let you come visit and inspire them. I think that would be wonderful. So,
the dogs just came in.
can you think of anything else that I haven't asked you that we need to know about you? Do you have any? Oh, wait, hold on. Let's talk about your goals. You said you like January 1st, you told us you had some goals.
Just to keep on being healthy is my goal.
Yeah.
Keep on
And you
being
were
active.
on January 1st, you were already like, I think maybe 20 or 30 days into your program, and you were already finding your clothes were smaller. You had to go buy a smaller pair of pants, right?
Right. The pants I told you were size 12, but when I looked at them, it says 12 and 14. So it must be a 13 because I bought a pair of 12 the other day, the same brand, and I couldn't get them on. But I think one of the things is do not look at the scale. Look at the inches.
Yes, I agree, because my body is just like shrinking, but it's not really changing in the weight. And so I've lost like a size and a half, but at the same time, the weight isn't changing. And I just want people to know that you're building muscle, you're building bone density, you're building ligaments, and you're building tendons, and all that stuff weighs something. So you're just replacing fat with stronger structure so that you can be more mobile and independent, right?
Right, right.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad that you joined us today and that we could introduce you to the world And if anybody needs to get a hold of Duty, you can call me. I'll help you get in touch with Duty out there. If there's a news story out there for Duty, reach out to avantywellness.com and we'll get in touch with Duty for you, because I think Duty is a beacon of light and love and inspiration, just like what she wants to be in the world. She's living it right here, and we get to be a part of it and experience it with her as well. So we'll be celebrating your birthday in June. Let's see, that's March, April, May, June. That's only 4 months away.
I
Yeah,
know.
we're almost there.
Yeah, almost there. Okay, chickadees, I'll see y'all later.
We got to do something. Yes. And we will thank you, Duty, for being here. And we'll see you all next time. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye, chickadees.
Bye bye, chickadee.